Hello, Vidargavia here, and welcome to this Minecraft Mass Potion Brewing Station for Minecraft 1.13. I hope you're alright, guys. I hope you're alright. This Minecraft Mass Brewing Station is a chained brewing station, meaning that each brewing stand only performs one operation, and then it sends the bottles on to perform the next one, and so on and so forth. And it can easily handle all 6 operations that are required for some potions, such as these here, lingering potion of harming. Basically, every brewing station here has a purpose. So this one is the nether wart one, and then we have an ingredient one here. Oops, we have an ingredient one here that you can select whatever ingredient you want. Then, if you want to inverse that ingredient, you put some fermented spider eyes in this one here. And then you can select either glowstone or redstone to make the effect stronger or longer. Then you can select to put gunpowder in here if you want to, have a splash potion, and then of course dragon's breath if you want the lingering effect. And this nasty thing about this here is that it's a little bit easier when you get to the big recipes to build this thing and to sort it out than it is to do one of those ones where you queue up the ingredients instead. The other benefit is that it is possible to interrupt this, right? So if this chest fills up, which it has done now, then this chest will start filling up with these potions, which are the splash variants. This chest will start filling up with these ones that are the ones you drink, although I wouldn't recommend drinking that particular one. Now, if you don't want to do some of the steps, you can also just remove ingredients. So if you don't want to inverse the ingredient here, or the effect, you would just not have anything in this brewing stand, and the potions will just sit there for a little while and then be moved on to the next step, and so on and so forth. So this Minecraft Mass Brewing Potion Station is looking a little bit complicated on the back here, but when I build it in a minute here, you'll see that it all follows a very simple pattern. I'm hoping that you can join in and actually build this for yourself in your own world. This is heavily inspired by something Etho did a long time ago in his Let's Play, but I've modernized it and updated it for Minecraft 1.13. Okay, so before we start building this thing, I want to talk about some different concepts here that this farm is based around. First of all, this is based around a clock, looking like this pretty much. So it takes 20 seconds for a brewing operation to complete, but then we want to have a little bit more time here as well, because we need to move the bottles into this hopper, and then up these droppers into this chest, down into this hopper here, and then into the next brewing stands, right? Or I made a clock here that looks exactly like this, only it has a longer run, right? And the reason I want to have this clock is twofold. First of all, it's super simple to build. The second reason is that it's quiet. I do appreciate that we have a little bit of a sound here from the droppers, but other than that, this is fairly quiet as far as a brewing station goes. Now, this clock is special because it'll be on for quite a while, and then it'll be off for only 2 ticks. Now, how long it'll be on for is dependent on how many comparators you have in it. So in this case, it's going to be on for 29 ticks and then off for 2 ticks. In this case, it'll be on for something like 25 seconds and off for 2 ticks. And those 2 ticks is enough for all the bottles to clear out of the brewing stands, and that's just what we need, basically. Okay, so the second concept here is that we only do 1 operation per brewing stand, so that means we need to move the potions from this brewing stand to the next, and so on and so forth. And the principle behind it is really simple. We unlock this hopper, meaning that they will go into the hopper and into this dropper. And then we give this little dropper chain a couple of signals, bring in the bottles up to this chest, and then into the next stage. So this green stuff here is what controls the hoppers. So basically, when this thing is powered here, that hopper is locked, and when this is powered, that hopper is locked. This is exactly what Ether did in his Let's Play, by the way, so this is nothing new. Basically, you have a block here and a block here and a torch underneath, and then you have 2 repeaters facing into each one of the hoppers. Now, this repeater is just a normal repeater. This one is on 2 ticks, and that is because this torch, when this torch flickers on and off, it'll cause a 1 tick delay for this repeater. So we need to emulate that on here, on this repeater, so that the timings are correct. So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is, how do we power the droppers? here, so that we get the bottles from here and up into this chest. How we do that is we do it with an observer, okay? So when bottles enter or exit a brewing stand, a signal will fire in the observer. And basically what we do here is we have some redstone on the back here, so from this observer we just go a little line down, so like that. That'll power these droppers, both when bottles empty and when they come into the brewing stand. So like this, right? You see this flickers now. That was when the bottles came in. And once this has brewed, well actually we don't need to wait for that. Once we switch the power on, it'll flicker again. And in this case, we've got the bottles up to here. I'm not sure all of the bottles are up yet. No, so one is stuck down there. And the chain event is what handles that back here. So because this redstone wire is all chained together, as soon as one of these empties or fills up, it will fire any adjacent ones as well. So if there are any bottles left behind here, they will get moved up on the next run of this brewing stand. Okay, so to build this thing you will need 6 brewing stands, or if you want to make potions that aren't as complicated, you need fewer, but build the full chain, you need 6 brewing stands, 12 droppers, 18 hoppers, 6 observers, a bunch of repeaters, around about 16 or so, bunch of torches, redstone torches, around about 8, bunch of comparators, 20 or 25 or something like that, bunch of redstone, a bunch of blocks, 32 odd chests. Well, you need something like 27 or something, but yep. A lever and a lamp. Furthermore, to do general brewing, you will need a lot of glass, water bucket, a lot of blaze powder, a lot of nether wart, and some sort of ingredient. Okay, so to build this thing, you need an area that is around 20 by 8 by 8. And the way to build it is to start really with the chain here, so we have that completed, and then just add the redstone afterwards. So where you want it to start, go in 2 blocks, place a dropper, place a hopper facing into the bottom of those droppers, place a brewing stand on top, place a hopper into the brewing stand from the side. It's a little bit tricky because you can see there the hitbox of the brewing stand is a little bit strange. And then place another hopper up top like that. And that's kind of one module done for you there. Just place the chests on top of the dropper here. A double chest like that. Then it's time for the rest of the sections here. And you need to have a gap between the droppers of 2 blocks. So you can place 2 like that. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then it's just a matter of repeating this. Hopper, 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 hopper. Brewing stand, brewing stand, brewing stand, brewing stand, and brewing stand. And then place the last hoppers in here as well, like that. And finally, on top of the brewing stands, the final hoppers facing into them, like that. Okay, and then we need to take our chests. Like that, and also one out here on the end. This is going to be our final destinations for our potions. So we need a double chest on this first hopper as well. This is where we're going to enter water bottles. And then ingredients chests up on these hoppers up here. Like that. And when you're done, the chain should look like this, basically. So we have chest, bottles going in here, up here, down here, and so on and so forth. Repeated 6 times until we get to this chest here, and then parallel to that, just hoppers and chests from the top. Okay, next step is to control these hoppers so that they release and hold on to bottles in a good way. So we need to have a repeater on the block there and a repeater on the block there. So that needs to be repeated on each one of these stations, like this. And then just place the repeaters. Remember that each one of these bottom ones needs to be on 2 ticks. Like this. Then behind each repeater place a block. And underneath place a torch. Like that. When you're done with that, it should look like this. And now it's time to draw power to these bottom blocks here. So you just place a redstone line like this behind. Make sure that it goes into all of the blocks here. And that is what's going to get the pulse from the clock so that these swap around. Okay, so next step here with the redstone is to make sure that the dropper chain works with the help of the observers here. So we place an observer facing into each brewing stand like this. And then you place 2 blocks in between these 2 cyan blocks like that, and a block down below as well. And finally you place redstone on all of the orange blocks. Now remember I talked about the chaining of these as well, so we need to place another block on top of these cyan blocks. And a piece of redstone on top of that. And apart from the clock, that is the entire redstone done here actually. So let's go and do the clock next. Okay, so to make the clock you need to go underneath the first of the top cyan blocks. And go down 2 blocks. Like that. And then you need to make a 2 wide platform that goes along the entire brewing station. Like this. And then at the very start where you started, place 2 redstone and then place 10 comparators facing this way on the left hand side. Then go back and turn around and place 10 facing the other way like this. And once you're at the end here, place a block, a torch and 2 pieces of redstone like that, and that's the clock completed. Well, now all we need to do really is connect the clock to our wire that we have up here. And to do that you put a block after the wire up here, put a block like that, whoops, put a block like that, and then you just put redstone here like this. Well, you can put a repeater here instead, like this. And then you just put the wire into it like that. Oh, and I forgot a thing. We need to, the 2 pieces of redstone down here by the clock needs to be as they are, but you need to put a repeater on the next one. Now, back up top here, the final thing we need to do really is we need to make sure that the redstone signal reaches all of these blocks here, and it won't. So somewhere along the way here we need to have a repeater. You can have it as far away as here, but you know, why not put it somewhere in the middle, such as here. Okay, some final bits of redstone to do here. We need an on and off switch, so place a block underneath the very first hopper. Place a lever on it. When it's up, the farm is on. When it's down, the farm is off. But for that to work, we need to take away that block there. Place a block underneath like that. There's a piece of redstone on it. Place 2 more blocks like that. Place a repeater pointing into that block and a piece of redstone next to it. So what that will do is when we flick this on, it'll basically lock the clock. Also what it does is it locks this hopper, thus preventing any further water bottles from going into the farm. Next up, we also want some sort of indication of when we're out of bottles. So to do that, place a block in front of it like that, place a comparator on top and a redstone lamp next to it. Now that is of course assuming that you want to have the wall somewhere here. Yep. Otherwise you can of course take a output from the chest in any other location as well. You can do it behind here or even behind here. That should be all the redstone done. Now we need to go and fill in blaze powder in all of these brewing stands. This farm does not do it for you. But if you have a stack of blaze powder in each one of these, that'll brew a very large amount of potions for you. And of course, if everything stops, just check and see if you need to add some more. Alright, with all that done, it's time to test the farm. The best way to do it is to make sure the lever is down, so the farm is off. Put in some water bottles here. I would put in 9, for instance. Lamp should go on. When we flick this, the farm should start. And of course, we don't have any ingredients or anything like that, but what we're looking at here is we're looking to see the bottles moving. So from one brewing stand to the next, and if you have 9 bottles in here, you should end up with 9 bottles over here. Now what you might experience possibly is 1 bottle getting stuck in this dropper. That's fine, don't worry about it. Now once you've done with this, you can turn the farm off again and start filling in ingredients. I would recommend filling in something that has all 6 steps here, such as lingering potion of harming. So you start with the netherwort, spider eyes, fermented spider eyes, glowstone, gunpowder, and dragon's breath. And then do the test again, guys. Just put in another 9 bottles of water, and you should have 9 potions of lingering harming 2 in the end. That really is it for this Minecraft brewing station. This massive mass production potion brewing station. I want to say this though, this is a really neat trick. You put stairs in front of your chests, meaning you can still access them, but they're not so in your face. And of course we have trapdoors in front of other chests and things like that. So decoration wise, there's a lot to fiddle with in this farm. I also wanted to show you this that I talked about in the beginning here. When this chest is full and these 2 droppers are full, then this brewing stand will be deactivated and the potions will start filling up here instead. And when this is also full, then potions will start filling up here. These 3 last ones, they are usable actually. However, things that end up in here, that's going to be sort of prepared so that when you remove something from here later on, it'll be quicker to refill it. So that's quite nice. Anyway, I hope you like this Minecraft mass potion brewing station, guys. And if you did, let me know what you think in the comments. Well, let me know anyway. And also, ask any questions you have. I will answer all of your comments, guys, unless they're really ridiculous. And make sure to check out some of the other things that I have on my channel. There's a lot of stuff, and a lot of it is very nice. Take the step, watch a Let's Play or something like that. Don't just sit with your tutorials, guys. And anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!